Hey, so this is the Super 8, and it's a board I've ridden before. Really like it. They kept like changing the name, and finally they just like kind of decided to stick with the Super 8, and it's a board with a very good price point. You can see it's definitely more of a directional kind of like directional all mountain, more free ride-y board. And you can see it's like we talked about it in depth and compared it in depth to the Speedway, which is kind of like a very, like they might not be like brothers, but they're more like maybe like half brothers, but they're really close. They're really close. And you can just see there's just this healthy bow of camber, and it's got a lot of nice pop. Yeah, the Speedway has more, and then you can see it kind of goes to flat. And when you weight the board down, you put your weight here and here, you can see just a touch of early rise, but not a lot. It's what we would call mostly camber. And yeah, it's a little bit better than regular camber, especially on snow. Like when you hold it up, you can kind of see it looks a little different than what it is. But then when you lay it on the table, you start to see like this flat doesn't really like give you a lot of early rise. Even when you like weigh down the board, it kind of like, maybe you get like this, kind of maybe a little touch before, the nose starts, but it's a pretty fun board. It's just a great groomer board. It's a great groomer carver. I love how it's mostly black. So most of the places that you might hit something are going to be easily repairable with black P-Tex. And let's talk, the good stuff here. We already, a lot of detail up above, but let's talk with the good stuff here on the, setback on board, because there's always setback on side cut and setback on board, and no one seems to publish the setback on board. I don't know why. But you're looking at a 21 and a quarter set all the way back. Wait a second. What's going on here? Okay, so they got a slam back. Interesting. So they don't have a slam back here. I wonder if that's a demo problem, or maybe in production there'll be another slam back here. But you can see here there's a little slam back right here, but there's none here, which is kind of weird because normally where there's one, there's another. So maybe they forgot to drill this in the production, in this demo model that I'm trying. But let's just say, if we're going off that, we're looking at about 22 3/4, which is doable. And you can easily get it to 22 1/2 if you slide this forward or slide this back. So I'm not sure, but you're going to need full-size discs to use this with this with at least one slam back, which is kind of cool. And then you're looking at just about 22 to that back one, and just about 16 1/2 to the middle there. So that's 3 1/2 plus 2, that's 5 1/2 back on board. Just about the same as the Speedway, the way it was set up there. Yeah, so let's double check. Yep, 22, 16 1/2. Yeah, that's 5 1/2 back on board. So that's not too bad. All in all, but it's not amazing for a free ride board. It's better than most all mountain boards. And then you have that little bit of flat and that just touch of early rise. You get decent float, and we've tried this in powder, and it's not bad. It's a little more work than some boards, and it's not really quite the like the amazing board in powder, but it does a pretty good job for what it is, for this kind of hybrid shape, and it really just screams and comes alive. making good turns on groomers. That's really where this board shines and really makes life fun. So there you have it. That's the Super 8, and not a bad board for the price.